A little over 3 decades ago, there was this girl named Denise, and I went out with her. And she actually had a boyfriend at the time. They were doing an open relationship thing, which, as you know, means let's make ourselves miserable. But anyway, he wasn't fond of me for a while for some reason. I can't figure it out. But eventually, after Denise and I stopped dating, Lance and I became friends. And then his mom said, at the school where she worked, said, hey, there's jobs. Would anybody be interested? And Lance said I should go check it out. So I did. I interviewed, and I ended up here at Germain Street School. This is the very first school I ever did any kind of teaching at. Right here. I started out as a TA, just a regular, like in a classroom TA. But then they had me run the computer lab, which was really cool. It was right up there. The only 2-story building on campus, had terrible air conditioning, and someone said, that is a great place to put computers. The Apple IIc Plus was the computer that we had while we were there. And I didn't know anything about how to fix an Apple IIc Plus. I was an IBM guy. So when they would break, I used to have to call downtown and say, how do I fix this? What do I do? Can you come fix it? And one time a guy came out and he said to me, I said, it won't work, something's wrong. And he said to me, did you try hitting it? And I said, I didn't say what I thought. Wait a minute, he can't be serious. That's like the joke thing you do when the TV's broken, you whack it, you pretend you're the Fonz and then it works. But he was serious, because in the Apple IIc Plus, in the motherboard, there was a chip in the top of it that every time you turn the computer on and off, it would heat up and cool down and heat up and cool down, and the chip would kind of wiggle its way out. It's called chip creep. And so it was right on top, so you could just hit it. You just go like that on top, and you could fix it. So if you're ever back in the past and you're trying to play Oregon Trail and the computer is just being wacky, turn it off, whack it once on top, and then turn it back on. Probably be fine. Behind me is the Howard Colonial building. It's an office building. Doesn't look like much right now, but it actually is a remnant of something that Los Angeles used to have. Los Angeles used to have an amazing streetcar system that went out through the San Fernando Valley and it went through Los Angeles. Took you all over the place. It was, Pacific line, the red cars they called them, because I think because they were red, probably the most likely reason. And if you've ever seen Roger Rabbit, you know that they were destroyed by Judge Doom.
I bought the red car so I could dismantle it.
But that's not really what happened. What really happened is people just started driving cars. That was sort of it. There was no conspiracy. Cartoons aren't real! Behind me is the Idle Hour restaurant on beautiful Lankershim Boulevard. Originally built in 1941 by a guy who worked for Universal. He was an engineer and he wanted to have a bar, so there's his bar. It was open for a while and then fell in disrepair. It became a different place. It was called La Caña for a while. It was a flamenco bar. And then it was closed for a very long time. In 2010, it became a historical location. And then it was lovingly restored. And by restored, I mean completely rebuilt. This barrel you see here, every one of those boards is a brand new board. It wasn't like they just sanded it and painted it. That thing got stripped and rebuilt. And now it's a bar. This boring looking gray building behind us, that's now a U-Haul rental. It's not one U-Haul. They rent them here. But this was actually a historic point in Los Angeles. This was originally Eddie Brandt's Saturday Matinee. Supposedly the very first video store in Los Angeles. Yeah, remember video stores? Yeah, this was the first. And as other video stores appeared and there were more common things, like Blockbuster used to be right up the street, and everywhere else. I don't know why I had to point. You know, there used to be Blockbuster over there. They were everywhere. But as that happened and Blockbuster had all the blockbusters, Eddie Brandt switched over and was more into like obscure, weird stuff. They might have odd dupes of videos from other countries or ancient stuff. Currently not existent in a physical location, but they are still online, and they also sell a bunch of movie promo stuff. So still there, sort of. They're not here though. I used to live back there. That one right there. That was my apartment for 7 years. I don't live there anymore. Behind me is the Iliad Bookshop. It's a great used bookstore. It's hard to find a good used bookstore around these days. Highly recommended. This is its second location that I know of on the corner of Cahuenga and Chandler. It used to be over actually right next to Idle Hour, but they moved and got a bigger place. I do miss it being there only because Odyssey Video used to be right next door, and I like the very literary Odyssey Iliad thing going on there. But this place is better here. Good for them. Okay, I thought I was done recording for the day, but I just saw a classic vehicle, and I have to share it with you. It's really classic. Classic OV75. Look at this thing. What a classic. Truly magical. Worth getting hit by this car. Look at the styling. Look at the lines. Custom airflow. Custom parking ticket that's been on there a couple weeks. Truly a classic vehicle. Okay, that's it. Bye.